Ladies and gentlemen, good evening to all of you. Once again, you are all welcome to this new geopolitical conference dedicated to world affairs. In significant international news, the nation of Russia is currently making its adversaries across the globe tremble with apprehension. Indeed, Russia is profoundly shaking the Western world with the astonishingly rapid pace of its advanced weapons production. Russia is sending a very clear message to the West, to tell the West that we are getting ready. The conflict you are seeking, we are preparing for it. The fighter jets that Russia had for a long time, those jets have now become insignificant compared to Russia's current capabilities. In terms of capacity, in terms of air dominance, these jets have become small. The Russian Ministry of Defense has given strict instructions to national production factories to create new types. Fighter jets that can have dual capabilities, both in the air and on the ground, attacking in the skies, attacking on the ground, and among these types of jets, there is the Su-34. You know that Russia already had the Su-35, but now it is the Su-34 that is the backbone of the skies. The Su-34, the first models have just successfully completed their tests. The tests were successful, and these Su-34s have now been officially delivered to the Russian Ministry of Defense, specifically to the Air Force. This delivery of this new Su-34 model to the Russian Air Force is a very clear message, especially in circumstances where the conflict is shifting into turbo mode. And so, ladies and gentlemen, as part of this geopolitical conference, this is the news we are going to discuss. But before we continue, please share this conference as much as possible, put a lot of heart into it, and give it plenty of likes. And don't forget to leave your various opinions in the comments. And if you're new here, hit the subscribe or follow button so you won't miss any of our video conferences. Let's dive deeper. Yes, this is a strategic production under the control of the Russian state. A strategic production under the control of the Russian state. There was the official delivery. According to official information, the Russian Air Force has received a new batch of Su-34 tactical bombers. Note, it's important to say that these are bombers. Bombers, their role is to carry warheads. Their role is to facilitate or enable bombings. Which means that Ukraine is really feeling the heat. Even though they are striking Russia, Russia is no longer asleep. Yes, it feels like Vladimir Putin is slowly waking up. These Su-34s are produced by the OAK Aeronautics Consortium, which is a member of the state group Rostec. So it's an aeronautics consortium. This production is part of a broad plan that Putin has put in place. The state armament program from 2025 to 2030 with accelerated production at an unprecedented pace never seen before. So, these deliveries, as we mentioned, are part of the state armament program, which is the cornerstone of military modernization for 2025 through 2030. It is the cornerstone of Russian military modernization and covers the period from 2025 to 2030. Since NATO and Europe have decided to rearm from 2026 to 2029, Russia is accelerating and taking the period starting from 2025 to 2030 because it knows it is the target. So this state armament program is focused on industrial autonomy and technological superiority. So Russia wants to achieve industrial autonomy, to no longer depend on anything from our state, and above all, to assert its technological superiority. That's why Russian experts and scientists are working tirelessly around the clock to push their brain power, their intelligence, and to produce something never seen before. I'm telling you, this bomber has a dual strike capability. Let's go a little deeper still. I want to see enough sharing. So it must be said that reliability has been approved. So the aircraft passed all ground and flight tests successfully before being handed over to the aerospace forces. So it must be made clear that Russia doesn't just talk about production. It proves it. It proves it. Russia doesn't announce its productions. It proves it. These are the results. So every delivered aircraft comes out combat ready. In the end, the test was a knockout success. This is already a way to demonstrate Russia's technological superiority over the decadent West. Even though it must be said that in terms of technology, there is increased cooperation among the various allies. Because Russia collaborates with China, with Iran, so there are exchanges on the technological level. Now, it must be said that the Su-34 has striking power, unmatched, and on top of that, it's a symbol of power. The Su-34 has unprecedented versatility and maneuverability. The Su-34 combines the capabilities of a fighter bomber, that's one, and a ground attack aircraft. Here are its dual skills: the capabilities of a fighter bomber and a ground attack aircraft. Both skills are combined in the body of this single aircraft. That means Russia is really getting ready to do some dirty work. So, what needs to be said is that this aircraft is capable of operating in multiple theaters. The Su-34s are capable of operating in multiple theaters over long distances, and its effectiveness has been confirmed in operation. Its use in Syria, in Ukraine, and over the Black Sea has demonstrated high strike precision and remarkable endurance since the first tests had already taken place. And the Su-34s are evolving. Their production is evolving. As part of a truly accelerated pace, the General Director of the UAC Consortium, known as Vadim Badeka, stated that the factories are maintaining a steady production rate to meet the needs of the Ministry of Defense. Since the Ministry of Defense has given them a program, they have to produce in an exaggerated manner. In conclusion, we are witnessing a consolidation of Russian air dominance. Russia continues to firmly remain the #1 dominant power in the skies, at least for the foreseeable future. Consequently, these advanced bombers possess a significant tactical advantage, especially since each newly formed squadron of the formidable Su-34 bomber aircraft substantially strengthens the crucial deep strike capability and the extensive strategic coverage of the vast Russian territory. So this allows them to cover Russian territory and strike deep into enemy territories, especially Ukraine, of course. And so, ladies and gentlemen, that's the top story of the news. I'll be back with more information shortly. That was, of course, the voice of your humble servant, the Samurai.